As you can see, we have a lot of them. And we are good shepherds to these rabbits. So today I want to talk to you a little bit about the concept of what a good shepherd is, because you see, last night we had some wolves or coyotes come around and try to get in, which happens pretty often. But it doesn't matter if it's wolves, coyotes, fowls of the air, even the lawnmower tends to scare them at times. Nothing can get in, nothing can harm them, because we are good shepherds and we protect them. Now, if they choose to run away from the barriers and the coverings that we have provided for them, that we have put in place to protect them, then that's a different story. Because out there, away from the coverings and protection of their good shepherd, they are at the mercy of their enemies. But as long as they are part of our flock, then nothing can hurt them until it's their time to depart. Because yes, at some point, we all die, but even then we will make sure that their transition is as easy as possible because we care for them. Now, of course, the thought always crosses the mind, could you not just let them live forever? No, because sin brings death. They will face it, just like the ones out in the wild. But these will face it with mercy and compassion, with comfort, with purpose. I mean, Jesus gives us a great example of this. Throughout his life, the enemy hated him. There were so many times that those who were influenced by Satan wanted to kill him, but they couldn't. They wanted to throw him off a cliff. They wanted to put him to death. Many times it says he walked right through the midst of them and nothing happened, as though they didn't even see him. Nothing could harm him until his appointed time and season, and even in his leaving, there was purpose, and God was with him. God strengthened him in Gethsemane. God walked with him through this process. God loved him. He was a good shepherd to him, and that was given for our example, upon whom the ends of the world have come, because death still exists as long as sin does. Now, with Jesus, the devil had to let him go. Hell had lost, made a mistake, because it took a man, it brought death where there was no sin. Therefore was he able to bring the blood of his sacrifice to the mercy seat and then come back again to redeem his bride. There was a lot that took place in that moment, but today I want the focal point to be the fact that nothing could happen to him until the appointed time. There is an appointed time. I could let these rabbits live out their life, but it actually is unmerciful. I could open the doors and let them out into the world to explore, but it would be unmerciful, because the wolves and the fowls of the air and the predators would come and gnash and tear. I want to make sure they live the best life that they can, protected, taken care of. And then when the time comes for their end, I want to be there to make sure that it's merciful. God never wanted death to be a part of our existence, but because we let sin in, we let death in, because that's the consequences of it. Sorrow came because of our own decisions, but yet God sent Jesus to make a way of escape from it, to bring comfort, to bring away, to bring us into everlasting life with him, to redeem us from the curse of sin and of death, to bring us into resurrection, but more than that, to give us faith for it, to give us peace, to give us comfort, to give us an easier transition. And we can look at his life and have confidence and faith that as long as we remain under the covering of our spiritual husband, as long as we remain in the protection, in the confinements, the barriers that are set for us. The Bible says that the law is like a fence that is guarding us, and the blood covenant of Jesus, he being our spiritual husband, is a covering over us. There is a protection that is afforded to God's people. Does that mean they're going to live forever in the physical? No, not right now, because we're still facing the consequences of sin and death, but there will be a resurrection, and he will be with us through the transitions and in the process. And I guarantee you of this, that there is no weapon that is formed against you that will prosper, and nothing will be able to touch you until your appointed time, as long as you remain in the flock of God.